We got a double dose of good news to get to on your Kansas City Chiefs on the injury front in regards to both quarterback Patrick Mahomes and wide receiver Marquise Brown. We'll explain what exactly is going on with the two of them coming up in just a matter of moments here on today's Kansas City Chiefs Report. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Before we go any further in today's show, all week long we are battling Jeremy Chuggs and Texans today in a sub-battle to see which of the two channels can gain the most subscribers this week. We'll be live for the Chiefs and Texans game coming up this Saturday here on the channel, in addition to our daily news and rumors, our live shows every week, breaking news, Q&A mailbags. The run of the playoffs is covered right here in the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/ChiefsTV, and we'll get started with today's show. Patrick Mahomes and Hollywood Brown were both full participants in Tuesday's practice. Very good news for the Kansas City Chiefs. It is worth noting, though, that the practice that occurred on Tuesday, although they were both full participants and not limited, the practice itself was limited. It was not a full speed practice, as the Chiefs were just 2 days removed from playing a game. Of course, they played on Sunday. The schedule obviously is a bit different over the next couple of weeks, with playing a Saturday game this upcoming week and playing a Wednesday game next week on Christmas. So nonetheless, even though it was a limited practice, a huge step in the right direction to have both Mahomes and Brown as full participants on Tuesday. And you go to this from Adam Schefter. You know, he said the following about what Mahomes and Brown both being full participants. This is, folks, for those counting at home, the third career ankle injury for Patrick Mahomes. Ankle gate 3.0, I guess you could call it. But I think it is also worth noting on that front, although this is the third time, the previous 2 times that Mahomes dealt with ankle injuries, the Chiefs went on to win Super Bowls in each of those. His first Super Bowl with Kansas City, and then the second Super Bowl with Kansas City, both ended up where he played through those circumstances, and it worked out pretty good. So it seems like Mahomes is likely to play this week, that he is going to power through this, as he's done in the past, and play with pain. It's the old adage, are you hurt or injured? I remember my middle school coaches telling me back in the day that you play with pain, that you don't play with injuries. And this seems to be a situation where Andy Reid pointed to a couple days ago that, hey, Patrick is in a circumstance where he could have played through it on Sunday if we needed him to, but we didn't ultimately need him to. Meanwhile, with Marquise Brown, he has not played this season with that shoulder injury that he suffered in the preseason, in the first preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the expectation initially was that he would be back within about 4 to 6 weeks. Ultimately, the doctors opted to have surgery, and they pushed the timeline all the way to the playoffs. Now, fast forward to here we are in mid-December, and he is ahead of schedule from that original timeline of the postseason of when he could potentially return. There's the possibility that he makes his debut as early as this week. Even a few weeks ago, remember Ian Rapoport of NFL Network was reporting that the target date was him coming back on Christmas against the Steelers. So even now, that playing this week is ahead of even that. So it's very positive for Marquise Brown. James Palmer of Underdog Fantasy, that still sounds weird to say, formerly of NFL Media, putting out this post on X this morning. We'll see how much he actually plays, but I expect Chiefs wide receiver Brown to return Saturday versus the Texans. He was a full participant in practice yesterday and has been medically cleared to play. It wasn't an issue with his legs, so he's been running. So very good news for the Chiefs, as all things are looking pretty optimistic for both Mahomes and Brown heading into this weekend. What is your one-word reaction to the Chiefs injury news? I'll give you my one-word reaction in a moment, but want to hear from you guys first. Go in the comment section and let us know what your one word is to the Chiefs injury news. Before we go any further in today's show, let's tell you about our sponsor. That is Game Time. Game Time is the place to go for the best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed, whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more, including tickets to see your Kansas City Chiefs. We have those for you as well, folks. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals and great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. It is the holiday season. If you're looking for the perfect gift for your family, your friends, your loved ones, why not set them up with some tickets on Game Time? Everything from the college playoffs to the pro football postseason, events in your local area, whether it's Chiefs games, maybe you want to head down to Lawrence and see KU, Columbia, see Mizzou, or Manhattan, see K-State. They got it all on Game Time, folks. They have the super deals. If you see a super deal, that's a deal you don't want to pass up on. They have their seat views. You can also customize your spot as well. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. My one-word reaction is huge. This is huge for the Kansas City Chiefs. As we talk about this time of year, most teams around the NFL in a battle for attrition are doing what they can just to fight for survival, just trying to hold on to whatever they got. Meanwhile, this Kansas City Chiefs team, as we get closer to the postseason, is actually getting healthier, unlike everyone else. And you think about this. The Chiefs, with being aggressive here, with saying, you know what, we're not going to wait around. We're going to go ahead and put Hollywood out there. We're going to go ahead and put Patrick out there, assuming all goes according to plan. They're going all in to do whatever they can to wrap up home field advantage in the AFC right now, because the quicker you do this, the quicker you can rest your guys and have them fresh and everything for the postseason. If you look where things stand right now in the AFC playoff picture, the Chiefs at 13-1, Buffalo at 11-3, Pittsburgh at 10-4, Houston at 9-5, Baltimore at 9-5 as well, Denver and Los Angeles. The Chiefs already, of course, have a playoff spot wrapped. They have the division wrapped. There's only just one thing left, and that is clinching home field advantage. And they can do so this week with a win plus a Buffalo loss or tie. There's also another scenario where the Chiefs can clinch with a tie and a Buffalo loss. Now, I'll be honest with you, though. I don't think this is the week that happens. And that's not a knock on the Kansas City Chiefs by any means. I just don't think the Buffalo Bills are losing to the New England Patriots or tying the New England Patriots this week. I just don't think that's going to happen. So I think we're going to have to wait another week on this and be looking at potentially next Wednesday against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Basically, you guys know how it is. You got to win 2 out of the next 3, and home field advantage is yours in the AFC. And as I have said before, and I'll continue to reiterate, with where this Chiefs team is at, getting healthier, right? And hopefully we get an update on DJ Humphries pretty soon as well. We saw how much the defense looked better last week against Cleveland, in particular the pass rush. The best football is still ahead for this Kansas City Chiefs team. They're 13-1 without even having played that great, in all honesty. But Patrick Mahomes, him coming back from this ankle injury, hopefully things are A-okay. But you think about with Mahomes, right? This is a guy that was struggling with turnovers at the beginning of the season, and he's cleaned that up in recent weeks. Mahomes is starting to put together. Then you add in Marquise Brown to the mix, and usually when we think about Hollywood Brown, dating back to his days all the way with the Oklahoma Sooners to with the Ravens and the Arizona Cardinals, is that this guy is just a big, deep threat, that he gives you the ability to stretch the field. And he certainly does that. But Hollywood, he was talking about before the season began that he thinks within this Chiefs offense that he can play a bigger role than just that he thinks he can do more than just be a guy to chuck it down the field and hope that he's open. Remember Patrick back in the day with Tyreek would He said that there'd be at times where he'd just throw it down there and he'll be like, oh, he'll find it. He'll figure it out. Like, you think of that with Marquise to an extent, but he believes there's more to his game than just that ability. He said this a while back on his role in the Chiefs' offense. I feel like I can affect all three phases of the game, short, intermediate, and deep. I feel like at times in Baltimore and Arizona, I showed facets of things that I could do, but not on a consistent basis. So I feel here guys are interchangeable. We can complement each other, and that way the best can come out of everyone. I'm all in on Hollywood. You got some serious Spade in this receiving core now with him and Xavier Worthy playing together. And then, did we mention DeAndre Hopkins is also in that mix as well. You're in pretty good shape. I'm very excited, and he's exactly right about them complementing each other. I think this is going to be a natural fit. Do you believe in Hollywood Brown? Do you think he's going to step up and be a nice piece for this Chiefs offense? Weigh in, let us know. B for believe, D for don't. I'm typing B for believe. For continuing Chiefs coverage, subscribe now to the Kansas City Chiefs Report. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.